Who was the greatest general of the Civil War? Now, you might be like, duh, Grant. No, I mean like the entire Civil War. Duh, Lee. Okay, so General Lee, he is not the best general of the Civil War. I mean, in the 2016 study, because literally everything and every single study that I will mention in my YouTube channel is gonna be from 2016 because duh. Now, there was this test conducted, so where they took the amount of battles they were present in, the amount of battles that they commanded, and the amount of battles they won, put it together to see how good they are. And Ulysses S. Grant was a top 5. And Lee was in the negatives. I'm not sure why people are proud of that, because just like there's only one way for me to explain it, and that's just what? Now you might be like, okay, that's just a test. At that time he was a really good general. Okay. If at that time he was a really good general, then I ask you, why did Confederacy lose? Because of General Lee Johnston. He was a terrible guy. No? Not true. Not true. Johnston was actually ranked higher. A bit higher than Lee. So I'm not sure what all the fuss is about. Guys, just admit your greatest hero is not the best general to ever live. Okay? Now, you probably would still be like, okay, Andrew, I know you're smart, but you have no idea what you're trying to say right now. And let me tell you something. Yes, I'm smart, and you have no idea what you're trying to say. You're correct. I'm smart, you have no idea what you're trying to say. Derp! Now, General Lee, Robert E. Lee, whatever you want to call him, Robert Lee, E. Lee, Robert E. Robert Lee, General Robert E. Lee, or General E. Lee, or General Robert Lee. Okay, all of these names, all of these titles, do they really belong to him? Now these guys, the Neo-Confederates, you probably know what they are. They're the guys who marched on Washington when Trump was president, I guess about 15 times a year. So they are hailing General Lee as a Confederate hero, the best general who ever lived, without actually, understanding that, he kind of surrendered. If he surrendered, then exactly how was he the best? Because he gave up. That's not outstanding leadership. That's outstanding dumbasses. Really, God, jeez. Use your minds, people. Now, all of this is pretty good and well. The argument that I am presenting to you is doing pretty well, but there's still a select few of you who are saying this one word. A few words. You have no idea what you're saying. Okay. How about let's actually go into the history of Robert E. Lee, okay? It would be easier to do that instead of just ramble about the stuff he did. Now, Robert E. Lee was a Union general. He was in charge of a small platoon of U.S. Marines. He was pretty well known for leading his troop of U.S. Marines to stop John Brown and his raid on Harper's Ferry. And then the Civil War broke out. Now, Abraham Lincoln also thought that General Lee was a pretty good general, and you might be like, see, even Abraham Lincoln thinks so. Robert E. Lee declines the offer and then resigns and then joins the Confederacy. when then he becomes a general in the Confederacy, rise up the ranks, and boom, now he's the best. Now, he won battles like Manassas, Second Manassas. I have to say, just way too many for me to list. But then he started feeling that he was invincible. Now, General Grant, he never thought that he was invincible, okay? But Lee, he thought that he was so invincible that no matter what, he would always win. So at Gettysburg, he decided to create Pickett's Charge. And everybody around him knew that that was going to be a big, dumb decision. And this is what Lee said. "Ah, come on, guys. It's me, General Lee, the best general in the world. What could ever stop me?" The Battle of Gettysburg was a complete Confederate disaster. And ever since that, he started plummeting down. So yes, that's the proof. And you might be like, "Oh God, Andrew, that's history. Who cares about history?" Do you care about Robert E. Lee? Yes, of course. Do you care about what Robert E. Lee did? Yes, of course. Do you care about history? No, we don't. But Robert E. Lee is part of history, and his life is part of history. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, what? Huh? That's, I don't know. It's history, and you hate history, but you like history, but you also don't like history. Okay, guys, it just doesn't make any sense. So please, use that brain. If only there were anti-goose guns around here. Now that I presented the argument, I'm going to make my final claim. And this final claim is going to be simple. So simple that you're probably not going to say that it's even a claim. And that claim is simply just Robert E. Lee is not cemented into history as a good guy. If he was a great general, he probably would have won the war, and he would be cemented into history as a good guy. But he is associated with evil, just like Hitler. So, all those who believe that Robert E. Lee was a good general, if he was a good general, why doesn't he have a good reputation? And that is my claim, my argument, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and the best thing is for you to listen to whatever I just said.